My dear children, hope everyone is good at home. Now we study the second chapter of the supplementary reader, that is Children at Work. It's an extract from the book Trash on Ragpicker Children and Recycling by Geeta Wolf, Anushka Ravishankar and Arijit Sen. Okay? Children at Work is a sensible story which focuses on the life of slum children. It is based on the real life experiences of the street children in Chennai. Here, the main character is Velu, who had run away from home. He traveled without a ticket and was lucky enough not to get caught by the ticket collector during his journey. He had not eaten anything for 2 days except some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. He felt extremely weak, hungry, and lonely when he reached his destination, that is Chennai. There, a poor ragpicker girl named Jaya identified Velu as a runaway from home. She understood that he was hungry and offered to fetch him some food. Since he had no other option, he followed her. Now we see the first part of the lesson. See lesson 2, Children at Work. Before you read, there are many reasons why children have to work. Some help their family make a livelihood. A way of earning enough money to live on. Others who run away from unhappy homes need to support themselves. Children who have to work can't go to school and play like other children of their age. Part 1. Here you can see Velu, an 11-year-old boy runs away from home. Then he wanders around for hours before getting on a train to Chennai without a ticket. Tired and hungry, he doesn't know where to go when a stranger at the station shouts a word of welcome. Okay. When the Kanyakumari Express pulled in at Chennai Central, it took Velu some time to get off. When he finally stood on the platform, his legs felt wobbly. Wobbly means unsteady, as if he was still on a moving train. Oi, out of the way! A porter went by with a loaded trolley. Porter means a coolie went by with a loaded trolley means a filled luggage van. Velu jumped aside. He sat on a bench on the platform, putting his small bundle down. In all his 11 years, he had never seen so many people except once a year at the fair in his village. People walked by, bumping means hitting into him with their suitcases. A voice announced something on a loudspeaker. Near him, a group of people sat on their luggage, looking at a TV hanging from the roof. The noise was terrible for him. Velu put his head down on his knees, feeling miserable. Miserable means unhappy, and exhausted. Exhausted means very tired. He had run away from his village 2 days ago. For 2 days, he had eaten nothing but some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. In his bundle, he carried a shirt, a towel, and a comb. He had walked for most of the first day to Kannur and then got on the train to Chennai. Velu had no money for a ticket, but luckily the ticket collector did not come to the unreserved compartment. He had tried to sleep on the floor near the door, but a group of men next to him had played cards and shouted all night. Throughout the night, they were shouting. Hey, what? New to town? Called out a rough voice. So when he was thinking, he heard a sound. Somebody called out, Hey, what? New to town? Velu opened his eyes. Then there were a lot of people standing around, but nobody was looking at him. Here, Hey! He turned around. Behind him was a girl around his own age, wearing a long banyan that came down to her knees. Her hair was stiff and brownish, and she had a huge sack on one shoulder. She was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them into her sack. Why is she calling me? Thought Velu. And why is a girl wearing a banyan? No need to stare stupidly. What's your name? She was very bold. Okay, she asked, why you are staring at me stupidly like this? What's your name? Velu, muttered Velu, looking away. So Velu murmured his name. So, Mr. Velu, said the girl, looking at his bundle, ran away from home? Velu didn't answer. He did not want to tell some strange girl what he had done. He had run away because he could not stand his father, could not stand means could not bear his father beating him for one more day. His father would snatch away all the money Velu and his sisters earned and spend it on drink. His father was a drunkard and he was snatching away all his money, all his and his sister's money, and beating them also. So he couldn't bear it one more day. That's why he had run away from his home. Don't think I don't know. This place is full of children like you. So, what are you going to do here? Become rich? In a teasing manner, she asked. She sat down next to him. Velu shifted away slightly. Shifted away here means moved away just a little. He felt hunger pinching him. Pinching means squeezing him, and pressed his stomach with a grimace. Grimace means a twisted expression due to pain. Hungry? Asked the girl. You won't get food by sitting here glumly. Glumly means sadly or gloomily, making faces. I can find some if you want. I can find some food if you want. You come with me, she said. She picked up her sack and started to walk away. Velu stayed on the bench. What should he do? Should he follow this girl? Where was she going to take him? She was disappearing into the crowd. So he had to make up his mind means decide quickly. He had to decide quickly. All right, he decided. Anyway, I have no idea where to go. He jumped up and ran after her. She wasn't even looking back to see where he was. Okay, because he had no other option, so he had to follow the girl. Understand? Now you see the explanation. So I told you Velu was an 11-year-old boy. He had run away from home. He got into a railway train without a ticket. He had to do so because he had no money. He escaped the ticket collector's notice because he did not come to that unreserved compartment. Okay. He got off the train at Chennai Central. His legs were unsteady, wobbly, we said no, wobbly, unsteady, as if he was still standing in a moving train. It was because of tiredness, weakness, and fear. The crowd and the way the people looked upon him made him miserable. He sat on a bench on the platform with his small bundle beside him. He was very hungry. For 2 days he had eaten nothing except some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. Then suddenly what happened there? Suddenly he heard a rough voice calling him. He saw a girl around his age. She was wearing a very long banyan. Velu stared at her vacantly. Then she asked his name. She guessed rightly that Velu had run away from home. She understood because those kinds of children were there. She told him that he won't get food sitting there. So he had to follow her. The girl was a ragpicker. She picked her sack and moved away. Velu thought she was his only hope. So he followed her. Understand? Now we see the comprehension check. So the first question, Velu stood on the platform but he felt as if he was still on a moving train. Why? Yes, Velu was in great fear. He was tired and hungry. He did not know what lay ahead. So his legs were unsteady as if he was still on a moving train. What made him feel miserable? Velu was hungry and tired. He saw as many people as he had seen only in the village fair. They were all walking with the luggage. Velu was much confused. He did not know what to do. This made him feel miserable. Okay. Question 3, first one. Will you travel without a ticket? Why? Will you travel without a ticket? Because he had no money to buy one. How did he escape the ticket collector's attention? The ticket collector did not come to that unreserved compartment. So Velu escaped his attention. Fourth question. Why had Velu run away from home? Yes, Velu had run away from home because of his father. He and his sisters earned some money by working on the farms. His father snatched all his money, all this money. He spent it on drinking. He was a drunkard. It was not all, he also beat him much. He ran away from home because he could not stand this beating anymore. That's the main reason. Why did he decide to follow the strange girl? He decided to follow the strange girl because she had promised to give him food. He was very hungry. He knew no way to get the food for himself because he was in a strange city. Understand? You are supposed to write it down on the back page of your notebook. Read twice. Thank you.